that hadith is the hadith which the Ummah of Islam has accepted it, has met this hadith with acceptance and approval. It's a well-known accepted hadith amongst the Ummah in this Ummah of Islam.
ألا وهو قول الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم.
And verily it is a statement of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم.
إذا أمن الإمام فأمنوا فإنه من وافق تأمينه تأمين الملائكة غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه.
Is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where he said, when the Imam says the Ameen, then you all say the Ameen. For whoever's Ameen agrees with the Ameen of the angels, then he will be forgiven for whatever preceded of his previous sins.
هذا الحديث يعاكس في تطبيقه لجماهير المصلين.
So the Shaykh said this hadith is contradicted by the majority of the Muslims, the prayers, the people who pray amongst the Muslims. It is being opposed in its application today by the majority of the Muslims.
لا أستثني منهم أهل السنة.
And he says this is not to the exclusion from amongst them, not even excluding amongst them the people who are considered Ahl Sunnah, the people of the Sunnah. They also are in opposition to the application of this hadith.
الذين يحاربون البدعة إلا أفرادا قليلين منهم جدا جدا.
And he says they're the Ahl Sunnah, the people who are supposed to be the people who make war against or fight against the innovations. He said even they are in opposition to the application of this hadith, and they're claiming to be adherents to the Sunnah. And he says except for very few individuals amongst them who are very, very, very few in number.
منتشرين هكذا هم ضائعون في سواد الأمة لا يسمع لهم صوت، هم الذين ينتبهون لهذا الحديث. هل أنتم على الأقل في هذه اللحظة منتبهون بمعنى هذا الحديث؟
So he says, are you all paying attention to the meaning of this hadith? Are you all aware and paying attention? You all who are listening now, do you even know, are you aware of the meaning of this hadith? Paying attention to it?
إذا أمن الإمام فأمنوا.
And he repeats the hadith again, listen. When the Imam says Ameen, then say, you all say Ameen. Listen to it. Pay attention.
ليس معنى الحديث ما تفعلون تسابقون الإمام بالتأمين.
He said the meaning of this hadith is not as you all are do, not that which you all do, which is raising the Imam and his saying the Ameen, superseding him, as if you are in a race with him to say the Ameen, saying it before him. It's not the meaning of the hadith.
لا يكاد الإمام ينتهي من قراءة الضالين ويقف بالنون الساكنة الواضحة ليأخذ نفسا ليقول رافعا صوته آمين، وإذا بالجمهور من المصلين يسبقونه بآمين.
He says the matter and it's not as the people do, like the Imam, he barely can recite the noon at the end of the word in the statement wala dhalin. He barely can get to the noon on dhalin, and not of those who go astray, wala dhalin. He barely can get to that last end sound on that word and take a breath before the people are racing him and they're saying Ameen, and they're preceding him in the saying of the Ameen before he can even get to say it. The Imam can even get to say anything.
لماذا؟ وعلى ماذا يدل هذا؟ على غفلة المصلين.
And he says, why is this? This is because this shows the unawareness or the lackadaisicalness of those people who are praying. They are not paying attention at all to their prayer.
وأنهم لا يحضرون عقولهم مع قراءة القارئ الإمام الذي بين أيديهم
and that is that they're not giving their full attention and their intellect, their minds, to the reciting of the Imam who's leading them reciting, who's in front of them reciting. They're not paying attention. Their mind is not with him and what he's doing.
ولذلك قوم يقعون في مثل هذه المخالفة الجلية. وإن تعجب فعجب كل العجب أن هناك أحد إخواننا الذين يخطبون كل جمعة في مسجد صلاح الدين، ألا وهو الأستاذ الفاضل أبو مالك.
So the Shaykh says, but thus the people have fallen into this mukhalifah, this opposition to the sunnah, this great opposition to the sunnah. And he says also it's amazing, extremely amazing, that we see that one of our brothers, the teacher, the noble teacher, Abu Malik, mentioning him, and he says he's the khatib who gives the khutbah every Jumu'ah at a masjid known as Masjid Salafiyyah. And he said all of you all know him in this gathering. You all know him, inshallah. He said he won't, for the Jumu'ah Salah, he won't give the takbir to begin the prayer until after first letting the people know, informing the people who are present, saying to them, do not precede me in saying Ameen. Do not race me and precede me in saying Ameen. It's reached to a point where he has to make open, the Imam of the masjid there, the Khatib, he has to make open announcements every Jumu'ah to let the people know, don't do this, And this is something that's a basic aspect of the Sunnah. This is how bad it's gotten in the become in the Ummah. Amazing.
ويا سبحان الله كأنما يتكلم بالجمال.
So the Shaykh says, it's as if he's speaking to some inorganic, beings, some lifeless, mannequins or something.
فلا يكاد يقرأ أول ركعة ولا الضالين إلا يضج المسجد بآمين قبل أن نسمع تأمينه.
So he says the Shaykh barely gets to say Ameen in the first rak'ah, and even in the first rak'ah, barely gets to even say Ameen before the masjid is ringing out with the sound of Ameen, the people saying Ameen, racing him, even after he just reminded them not to do it. The first rak'ah, he can't even say Ameen, and the people are saying Ameen before him.
لا نسمع تأمينه.
And the Shaykh says even to the contrary, we don't even get to hear his saying Ameen, the Imam.
لأنه يذهب مع تأمين المصلين.
And this is because his voice of Ameen is drowned out with the Ameen of those who are praying, the Musallin, those who are praying behind him. You don't even get to hear the Imam's Ameen.
بدل ما يذهب تأمين المصلين مع تأمين الإمام.
That is that the people begin saying their Ameen with the Imam saying Ameen. When it's time for him to say Ameen, you hear them, they're saying Ameen with him. You don't even get to listen to hear him saying Ameen at all. They're already saying Ameen in the place where, before him, superseding him. And the Shaykh says, so for this reason, I remind you all, and verily reminding benefits to believers.
بهذا الحديث الصحيح إذا أمن الإمام فأمنوا فإنه من وافق تأمينه تأمين الملائكة.
I remind you all of this authentic hadith, the Sahih hadith, where the Prophet said, when the Imam says Ameen, then you all say Ameen. For verily whoever's Ameen agrees with or coincides with the Ameen, saying of Ameen of the angels, then he will be forgiven for his previous sins. And he just repeats the last part, they will be forgiven, that person will be forgiven for his previous sins.
أنا أعتقد أن سبب هذه الغفلة يعود إلى أهل العلم.
So Shaykh Al-Albaanee goes on to say, I believe personally that the reason for this absent-mindedness, this unawareness and ignorance of this issue, unawareness in this issue, it goes back to, the blame points back, or the reason points back to the people of knowledge.